What's up, guys? It's Caesar, and intros are stupid, and I'm smart, so I'm not going to do one. Um, Today, I have a really cool, big topic I want to talk about. Hence, this is like a 9-minute video or whatever, and I normally don't upload those because it takes about 5 hours for me to upload them because my internet is so bad. But uh, Today, as I'm recording this, I think it's March 17th, and 2 days ago, over 2,000 years ago, was the day that the real Caesar was killed on the Ides of March, which the Ides are the Latin word for the 15th of a month, the 15th day of the month. So, and he was murdered on the Ides of March on 44 BC. So, it's really important. So, he's just like Caesar's like amazing. Like you don't even know, he's awesome. So I decided to make a commentary about him. Um, Basically, this dude he was born into like a upper class family, but uh and then like when he was growing up, he was supposed to be like a priest of Jupiter, but this dictator guy like took all his money away, gave and like took all his inheritance away, because his uncle was one of his political enemies, and this dude's name was Sulla, and he was a like major dictator, and his rival was Marius, who Caesar is Marius's nephew. So he took all his stuff away, and Sulla, what he did is he would issue things called prescriptions, which were he would just write down names of people he thought were his political enemies. He would post them up on the rostra, which, oh, by the way, today, if you're on a roster, that's where that word comes from, like a list on the rostra in the center of Rome, which means that if you're on that rostra or on that roster, you're gonna get killed. Like there's like a price for your head, and he would literally around the forum in Rome there'd be just heads of his political enemies just on pikes all the way around, and so Caesar became one of his enemies just because of his uncle, and Caesar just told him to go f himself and left Rome, and got away from him. And when that Sulla guy died, he came back, and he had lost his money, he had lost his like priesthood or whatever, so he just joined the army, and he was actually really successful at first, just like as like a, I guess just a regular soldier, regular officer, or whatever. And one story of him, well, after he came back from like just beginning in the army, he became an advocate, just like a lawyer basically, and he just did law, like became a politician basically, the first steps of a politician. And one story is that when he was crossing, like he was on a ship, right, and these pirates captured him and like we're gonna hold him for ransom. And every day that at first like they asked for like X amount of money for him, and he just like said to him, "No, no, I'm worth more than that. Double it." And they said they said, "Okay, we'll double it." And he said that every day until the ransom was paid. And he told those pirates that I'm going to hunt you down, and I'm gonna kill you. And he did that. He raised a fleet, and he went and took those pirates, and he crucified every single one of them. Like you know how like Jesus died, like crucifixion. That's what he did to all the pirates that had kidnapped him. And after that, he became a good orator, good speaker, and he started to work his way up the political ladder, gaining more and more power. And he like consolidated his power. He came into like an alliance with three guys, uh, Pompey and Crassus. These three guys, and it was called the First Triumvirate. And these guys, Crassus was like the richest dude in Rome. Like he's Bill Gates on steroids, right? And Pompey is like another guy with great power. And so they help Caesar out. Like they'll give him money. They help him run for office, things like that. And once Caesar had gotten to the highest point, like the highest political office, called the consul, he went to go govern a province called Gaul, which is modern day France, and he just used the excuse that the Gauls were like attacking them, so that he could just go conquer all of Gaul. And he made, and like he did, in like in 10 years he conquered like basically all of France, and it was like he got so rich off of it, and he had so big of an army, and he was just amazing. He destroyed everyone, right? And when he was coming back to Rome, right, Pompey dude feared that he had so much power that he said, okay, if you enter Rome with your army, you're an enemy of the state. And Caesar said, all right, who cares? So well, Pompey said, if you cross this river called the Rubicon, then we're gonna, like, you're outlawed, like you're an enemy of Rome. And he did. He said, screw it, I'm crossing with my army. He fought Pompey in a civil war and destroyed him. Like he won. And he was now king of Rome. Well, and another thing, he never declared himself king, because at that point the Republic was still like going on. So he didn't want to call himself king, because that would make people like not like him, because people still like the idea of like the whole system they had, like democracy, all that kind of crap that they had going on. So he was really smart in that aspect. He was just awesome. Oh, while he was fighting the civil war with Pompey, right? He had a relationship going on with Cleopatra. See, what had happened was he chased Pompey all the way to Egypt, and there was a brother and sister like that were married to each other, Cleopatra and her brother, right? And he was gonna side with the brother, right? But first off, the brother just presented Pompey's head to him after he'd killed him, and Caesar didn't like that. And his sister had like a Cleopatra, right? Like the Cleopatra, like started getting it on with Caesar, and they actually had a kid together, I think. And so he helped Cleopatra out just because she was, I guess, she convinced him to help her in her civil war with her brother, and so he did. And what's ironic too, one of Caesar's enemies later actually ended up marrying Cleopatra too, which is kind of ironic. But anyway, I just wanted to share the story of Caesar because it's important, and he died, and no one can ever be greater than Caesar. He was awesome. So yeah, like I said, I guess it's over 2,050 or 58 years ago or something like that. Exactly to the day is when Caesar got stabbed by his he got betrayed at the theater of Pompey, which is a theater that Pompey had built, and that's where he got stabbed. So let me know what y'all think about these videos. Let me know what I can do, like in a comment, leave a like or whatever you want. Sorry I didn't talk about the gameplays I usually do. The final score is 60-14. But I'll see y'all later. Oh, and one more thing. I accidentally ended this commentary too quick because I didn't see how long the video is going. But Caesar, at the end of his lifetime, he was so rich that he could just spend, like what today, like a Bill Gates, like all of Bill Gates' fortune, like basically just throwing parties like whenever he wanted. And when he died, he gave every single person, man, woman, and child, like in his will, like he gave them like an equivalent of today's amount, like every single person $300. Like that's how much money he had. Like just like said, hey, here's $300 to everyone. And even if somebody like didn't like him before that, who's gonna say like, oh, I hate Caesar even though he gave me $300? So that's really awesome. I guess I'll just repeat what I've already said. Comment. That's what I love to see comments. I love to hear people saying things. And like, maybe subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know how I'm doing. I'm sorry people say that that video quality is what the worst thing is, but I can't really help that very much. Final score 16-14. I'll see y'all later.